Good morning, family. Welcome to another edition of Melanie Economic News. Alright, family. As we seen yesterday, I was able to get the broadcast out before the stock market opened, and we saw what happened. They had a 15-minute break. That was so that they could stop the bleeding and get the big banks in and the big investors to come in and start buying up stuff. But that still didn't help. I think it closed about somewhere around about 18, well, between 18 and 19, almost 2,000 points down. Now, as expected, the powers that be came in, and as you can tell, the stock market is up. I think it's going up. I think it's up right now about 650 points across all boards, all industry, all sectors. Dow, S&P 500, Russell 2000, Russell's 500, Russell 1000. Everything is up right now across the board. So many people might be asking, well, what is this? Well, this is what happens. You got volatility. The nation's economy is in a free fall. All right. Oil is up about, right now it's about $33 and some change. All right, but that is still far below what the oil industry needs to break even and even make a profit. They need about a good between about between $50 and $75 a barrel, and even higher, just to break even and even make some money. All right, as of this morning, when the Asian market, when we were sleeping, the Asian markets closed. West Texas oil was at $33 and some change. All right. Now, as you can see, the rest of the markets are trying to set the price right. But when we get up in the morning, the stock market opens at 9:30 on the East Coast. The big sellers come in and they buy up everything and they shoot the market higher and higher and higher. This is only temporary because the market itself is trying to set fair market value. It's trying to reset everything. It's trying to get back to what is fair. It's trying to get rid of all of the known corruption in it. But the corruption is systemic, and they keep trying to get it higher, little by little by little. They buy enough time so they can get all that they can, then get out, and next thing you know, all hell done broke loose. The rich done got richer, the middle class is utterly destroyed, and the poor and the underclass, what they call us poor people, are down in the dumps. Alright, family? This is just a prelude. This volatility has been going on for a very long time, since I started paying attention to the stock market, when I got mature enough to understand what was going on. Alright, family? I'm telling you, get ready. Expect the president. He's going to meet with the big bank, the Wall Street big banks, presidents and heads on Wednesday, tomorrow, to talk about something. He's supposed to make a big announcement to the stimulus about probably introducing a stimulus package about what's going on. Who knows what he's going to talk about? But it's going to probably do something from the beginning, and next thing you know, it's probably just going to do something very special. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this glow out of here. So there's a glare. All right. So, family. Also, with the stock markets teetering and confidence being lost across the board, expect all the central banks in the world to go ahead and introduce quantitative easing. They all have different versions of it, but we have in here in the country, in the U.S., quantitative easing. All right. If you don't know what quantitative easing is, it's simply cheap money given out. They're just gonna be pumping money into the stock market, buying up everything, buying up stocks, bonds, treasury securities, everything. They're gonna put free money into everything. Now, you may think that's good to go, but what happens when you have a buttload of money into the market? It devalues the currency. We already can't afford to buy nothing with the money we have now, but imagine if you flood the U.S. with millions and tens of millions, hundreds of millions of greenbacks. You're going to expect to see prices to skyrocket. People are going to go out and buy it and buy everything they can. Hoarding will be off the charts, because there will be, just before the money crashes, that's when it's going to peak. People are going to go out and buy everything, and that's going to be that. You're going to have some very angry people by the time they get to the stores. Remember, the East Coast gets it first, followed by the Central Time Zone may have a little bit of time. The Mountain may have the last bit, and when the West Coast gets up, it's all over. The panic is going to ensue. All right, family? Central banks will dump money to try to stimulate the market. Alright, family? Central banks around the world are going to do this. Alright? Now, you see precious metals is down. That's another thing. How can your economy be good and everything, but it takes more to buy stuff and you're pushing the price of precious metals down? That don't sound right. It costs more to buy everything. Dollars don't carry as much as anymore as it did back in, they say, the 1920s, before the stock market crashed in 1929. I remember buying gas for my car. When my mom and dad was teaching me how to drive. We could take $5 and get a half a tank of gas. Now you take $5 in there, your car laugh at you. That's real. All right. The de-dollarization of the world has begun. It's already started. It hasn't begun. It already started. Countries are now, you don't hear this on the Western media news, the ones we hear here in the States, but trust me, countries are now trading outside the dollar. The SWIFT system is what the Western world runs off of, but the East is running off the chip system, the Chinese interpayment bank system. I could have butchered that, but that's sort of what it's like. They have their own Belt and Road projects. They trade oil outside of the petrodollar, gold and rubles, and yuan. They have something called, and I've said this before, the gold trade note. That is in session now. All right, that is all in play. All right, don't believe this stock market rally. Trust me, they lost almost 2,000 points by closing time, which is 4 p.m. Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. But just remember, just because you think that the stock market is good to go, family, when we're getting ready to go to eat dinner and go to sleep at night, the markets in Europe, Eastern Europe, and Asia are open, and they set their own price. Their markets get to work, and when you wake up in the morning, you might not see what they've done, but you might see, okay, well, Dow futures may be up, or you might see, man, Dow futures are down. What's going on? That's because in the overseas markets, while we're asleep, yeah, they started to set the real price. Right? There's a lot of tomfoolery going on in here. Don't always think about what you see on the news. Get out and do your research, family. Alright? They're going to blame everything for this crash. They're going to find anything to blame it on. Alright? So don't be surprised when you start hearing about quantitative easing forever, or QE forever. Just going to keep it going. They're going to do anything because nobody wants to take blame for it. Not President Trump, President Obama, no president, no politician, no Federal Reserve officials, nobody, bureaucrat, regulators, nobody wants to take the blame for what's coming. So y'all gonna kick the can down the road as far as they can, which I don't think they can anymore, and they're gonna blame each other. Meanwhile, we're hurting. Yes, we're gonna be the ones suffering. What you're witnessing, family, is one of the greatest transfers of wealth that is happening right now. People are getting crushed. Companies are closing. The retail sector has been obliterated. Energy sector, everything is hurting right now. You don't hear about it on the news. Like I say, you don't believe what they're telling your family. Don't even believe what I tell you. You do your research. Look at the homelessness epidemic in the country. It is astronomical. It's beyond belief when you really dig into the numbers. Dig into the labor participation rate. How they changed the numbers. How they changed the formula to calculate the unemployment rate in this country. Alright, family. Thanks for joining me again for this morning edition of Melon Economic News. Once again, I do apologize. I wanted to get up this morning, but it was hectic for the family. All my kids got up, baby got up, had to water, had to do the garden and everything. Take care of business. They woke up just about the same time as I did. Alright, family. Thank you once again for joining me for another edition of Melon Economic News. Alright, family. Let's get it started.